I was listening to the news as of last week, and I heard about big brothers and big sisters. They were talking about it on the radio. And I thought to myself, what have they done for us? Has big brothers and big sisters been effective in our communities? The answer is no, they have not. Yet and still, we think of these organizations as some type of saving grace to our people, don't we? The Boy Scouts, all of them. And we allow our children to go amongst these organizations as though they are going to really help them. And there's the Girl Scouts. Have they been effective in our communities? The answer is no. Do you know about the Girl Scouts? You know about them. You hear about them. But how does it really impact us? If your answer to that question is yes, then why are our schools closing all around this country? If they have been so effective in our communities, what is the matter? There is not a real success model that we can point to. It does not even put a dent in helping our children out of this spiral downfall. And we know it's a spiral downfall. Then you say, well, our churches are there. What then is this alarming rate in our community as far as our schools closing? Not only here in Houston, but we can point to many cities. Philadelphia. We can point to Chicago. All over, our schools are closing in the communities. Even where we just came from, Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. These entities, they don't have the answer. Something is amiss here. Something is not adding up. If these programs have any amount of success, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us, I ask you? If these programs don't work, it's a part of a failed system. That's what it is. That we just happen to be a part of. It has the appearance of something that works. However, we have to look at the results. That's when we can find out whether or not it's proven is in the results. This is always a telltale sign. The results. The results are that we are worse off today than we've ever been. This system has no inclination, neither does it cares about a solution to our problem. The answer to our problem is simply us. The book says, the Bible that is, where 3 gather in my name, I shall be there also. Something to that effect. Now, what is it actually saying? 3. All you have to do is have 3 gather in the name of Jesus, God, or whatever, and there he will be also. That says something very pertinent to me, especially about us here in the lost foundation of Islam and what we know about the teachings. When we step up, that's when God will. When we hear our people's cries and comfort them, that's when God will. That's what that is saying to me. When the lost found Nation of Islam was on the scene, that's when we had success. We can point to that. We know that. We have a living witness that was there. We, black men and women, answered our prayers. We saw a glimpse of heaven, did we not, Madam President? It's time that we be present and accounted for. Not to just be seen, but to be God that we wish to see. While those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, of course, I'm always speaking to visitors when I come forth. Let's start to step up to the challenge to save our people. And if there's another someone coming after this, so be it. Unless we want to continue in having just enough to get by, while we're dying from disease, murder, and having nothing to leave our children. I know, because it's my reality. I have nothing, and my mother had nothing to leave me. So this is a vicious cycle. This cycle we're going through. But it needs to end with us, you and me. We've been taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, God is man. For those of us who don't know or have that reality, what if that's it? I would ask them if they were here that question. What if that's just it? That God is man? Well, we need to ask as if that's it. Act as if that's it. That's all it is, and do at the same time. We be the God we want to see. If man even has the inclination about God, doesn't it suggest it probably came from man? From the bones of Lucy till now is a very long time. I believe this is our duty. It is up to us. We have the superior knowledge. Thanks to who? Master Allah Muhammad. That's my lecture today. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called. The question is, who is the seed? Now, we can go in the Bible and try to find out who is the seed. I can only tell you that there was someone, according to Exodus, that it said. God was talking to Sarah, who was Abraham's wife. And let me read to you what he said to Sarah. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this set time next year. Now, who is Isaac? We would have to ask the question, who is Isaac? which is one of my questions today. Who is it to answer this? We know that Master Farad Muhammad, this man came, he said, "You are my uncle, and I am your nephew." He's talking about a lineage of people. Now I know I talked about a seed, which is referring to not seeds you put into a ground. It's talking about a birthright. In Isaac shall thy seed be called. Now, we were told by the Honorable Silas Muhammad that we are Ishmael's seed. Now, if you know who Ishmael is, he just happened to be Abraham's son. Abraham and Sarah are husband and wife. Isaac was born sometime after Ishmael. But see, before Isaac was born, God spoke to him and said that he would make his seed multiply and be exceedingly great. Now, Abraham did not have a child at that time, and neither could his wife supposedly have children. So Abraham was asking God, "What are you talking about, God, that my seed should be exceedingly great?" Well, he said to Sarah. Then God said to Abraham, "As for Sarah, your wife, you should not call her by name Sarah, but you change her name to, the spelling is a little different. And I will bless her and also give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of peoples shall be from her." Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, "Shall a king be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who is 99 years old, bear a child?" And Abraham said to God, "Oh, that Ishmael might live before you." Then God said, "No, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall beget 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation." Now, both of these sons are going to be kings and princesses, according to the book. Now, I don't have all of the history of Hagar and all of the history of Sarah. I just know Sarah was Abraham's wife, and Hagar was the bondwoman who was to give birth to Ishmael. When I get to the history of Sarah, I cannot find her history to say that, now that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, not the Master Farad Muhammad came, and he said, "I am your uncle, you are my nephew." because this is where the lineage would have come from. That's going to take a little bit more study in terms of Sarah's